Hello, everyone. Everyone, let me see. Time check. It is 7:06. I am 6 minutes late. But guess what? I am here. I am here. This is your girl, Deborah Vines-Epps with Talk Your Talk, where I come to you all on Thursdays at 7 o'clock. Look, tonight, I want you all to, I'm on a new device, right? So, with me being on a new device, I want to make sure you all can hear me. So I want some people to just say, hey, you can hear me. You're good. I see the beautiful Christmas tree behind you. Just let me know. I know I'm just getting in and I may get the comments a little bit later. Look, it's always impromptu sometimes, especially when I really don't put information out for you all to come in and see me today on Thursdays. But I'll say this, it's been my fault, not the team's fault. Um, I know my last podcast I kind of talked about how difficult it is for me during the holidays, and I really just wanted to be off of all platforms for about a good month. But I made it my business to come up here and show my vulnerability to you all and let you all know that I am still here. I am still pushing, and there are people out here that are looking for me to come up here and talk to you all. So you're my strength as me being your strength. So I have, let me turn my phone down. I'm not bringing the guests on tonight. Um, the topic is still my partner died without a will, so the ex got everything. Okay, I see people coming in. If somebody can just I want to see a comment to make sure that you all can hear me. I am streaming on the same platform, but I'm on a new device tonight. So I just want somebody just to come in and say something, let me know that you can hear me. Um, Look, it's the end of the year. And I want to know if you all have your end of year goals together. When I say end of year goals, a lot of times, especially for me, I always look at what my liabilities are, what my assets are, um, what my net worth is, what I can take away, what I can add. People that's coming in, just drop in the chat that you can hear me. Hello, where you're tuning in from in the comments. I just want to make sure I'm on a new platform today, a new device. I want to make sure you all can hear me. But this topic today is making sure that you all have your stuff in order, right? So end of year goals. I can talk a lot about end of year goals. And again, my family, what we do is we sit down and we go over what we did for the year, what we can improve upon, and what we need to take away, right? And so one thing I've noticed that a lot of people, when I go out and I talk to people in the community, I ask a few questions. The first three questions that I ask is, do you and your partner, and I'm going to use the word partner because some people are married, some people aren't, some people are dating, some people choose not to get married but be in long lasting relationships, and that's your choice. So I'm going to use partner for this sake. I'll ask the question, do you and your partner have each other's name on your bank account? A lot of times I get no. We have our own bank account, and then we have an account where the bills go into. That's fine. But if something happens to you or your partner, now I'm talking to the married couples now. In the state of Virginia, it does not matter that you are married. If you do not have someone named on that bank account, the moment something happens to you, that bank does not want to have anything to say to you at that moment because they can't. Legally, they can't discuss anything with you if your name isn't up there. So the first thing is, I want you all to make sure that you have a primary and contingent. What is that? This is where people have difficulties with trusting others or allowing others to have access to their things. Now, you can control that. With a bank account, I recommend you have two people, a primary and a contingent, okay? You have to have conversations with somebody. You got to have a conversation. You have to talk to someone and let them know, look, I am dependent on you if something happens to me, right? Now, if you have, I want people say, I want everything to go to my child or my children, and that's fine. If they are under the age of 18, you can have something called a POD. A POD is payable on death. Now, again, this topic is tonight. My ex died, and the life insurance was, no, my partner died, and the life insurance was left to my ex. Think about that. My partner died, the life insurance was left to my ex or someone else, right? So I'm going to lead into that part, but I'm making sure that you got your stuff in order. So I need for you all to write this down. Always have at least 2 people that you can trust, that you can call on, whether it's family, whether if it's your spouse, your partner, an extended family friend, somebody you can trust. This is the reason why. If you pass away and your bank account only has your name up there, the moment it's reported, what do you think happens? It freezes, right? It stops. Nobody else have access to it. Any bills that are coming out, anything that's going in and out the account, guess what happens? It doesn't, it freezes. You don't have, nobody have access to it. So your primary, for me, I'll disclose this. I have my partner as my primary. I have my children as my PODs, which means that if something happens to me and him, then the POD, which is a payable on death, they will have access to it. If they're under the age of 18, whoever is considered as their trustee, the person that will trust, that I trust to help them, those persons will be responsible for that. So remember that. You need a primary and a contingent, or one primary and a POD. Okay? So write their names down. All right? Go to the bank and add it to the banks. All right? Add it to your account. You can walk right in and do that. Second thing is, do you have life insurance? Life insurance is for many reasons. Now, people get car insurance, health insurance. It's best to have it and not need it, and need it and not have it. Right? We have car insurance. That doesn't mean you get into a car accident, but you have car insurance, right? Now, this is to a lot of people a boring topic, but guess what? I'm not talking about anything that's dramatic, which means that it may not grasp your attention, but it becomes dramatic when you need it and you don't have it. That's where the concern, the vulnerability, the stress, the chaos comes in. Why not have things in place? So life insurance, you all, look, think about this. To me, life insurance, was like financial or retirement planning. Do I want just direct burial life insurance? Do I want life insurance like an investment where if something happens to me, then my children or my heirs or my partner have X amount of dollars that they can live off of? A lot of people just get insurance policies for their people to have wealth. If that's what you have insurance policy for, that's fine. Some people say, I don't need insurance policies. I have enough money saved up. And for me, with me having money saved up, investments, I still have insurance policies because I want them to do certain things. Look, these are mature conversations that you all have to have, right? I'm not being sarcastic or dismissive, but I am going to keep it real with you all. I see too many people that come in front of me that do not have life insurance. If you need assistance with just any questions, I have several people. You all can inbox me on my Deborah Vines-Epps page or my Talk Your Talk and say, look, I just need to talk to somebody about life insurance, period. I need to know what decision I need to make. I want a direct burial. I want to just have insurance that just covers my burial and that's it. No, I have children. I want to leave money to my children. Or I want an insurance policy that can cover my debt and then have money left over. See, these are the conversations that you all need to have. Now, I'm not against GoFundMe's. I'm not against requesting for like accounts for you to pay for things. Because think about it. You can get insurance policies too that helps you when you get sick. You're out of work, or you're a business owner. You don't have long-term or short-term disability. You can have these different types of financial policies in place. So if you do not have someone that you can talk to, inbox me. I know a few people that you can reach out to and have a free consultation with them to find out what's best for you and your family. All right. So we talked about having a primary and a contingent. At least have two people you trust. All right. Because with you putting them on your bank account, if something happens to you, guess what? You're going to need a power of attorney. People think, oh, I have to power of attorney, I have to go spend money, I have to pay for a lawyer. No, you don't. You really don't. You just get it notarized. So if you need a power of attorney, people think that power of attorneys is only when you need to go cover something for somebody. That's not the case. A power of attorney is only good when you're living. The moment you pass away, it turns into a will or a trust. So remember that. Power of attorney is only good when the person is living. You have a limited power of attorney, and you have a I think the thing either caught my finger and put the thumbs up. I tell you, I don't know if that's AI or what, but technology now. But anyway, limited power of attorney or general. General power of attorney means that you give person all access. So if I become incapacitated, right? Incapacitated means that I am not cognitively, I am not aware or oriented to person, place, time, or anything, right? I have somebody in place who's that proxy, that person who pretty much I'm going to use them for my bank accounts. I'm going to use them on my power of attorney. I'm going to put them down for my medical advance directive and for my executor of state for my will, right? So again, the hardest thing is it's difficult for people to trust people. So you got to find at least those two people that you trust. And so when we came up with the topic of my partner died, but the ex was left with everything, that's really a true situation. All right, let me give you the scenario. Military person, anybody in the military know, all military people have access to all JAG attorneys. There's no reason why any military person, whether you're active duty or reservist, do not have a medical advance directive, a power of attorney, or a will. It's automatic life insurance. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. Even though you have life insurance with the military, you still can get your own civilian insurance. But when you meet with that JAG attorney, right, they are going to ask you who's your primary, who's your contingent. When you put the person's name down that you're with, at that time, that person have access to everything. The moment you and that person separate or divorce, guess what? A lot of times people forget to go change their paperwork. In this case, the guy forgot to go update his insurance policy. He remarried, but forgot to go update his stuff. When he passed away, his wife contacted the military and they couldn't speak to her because she wasn't the beneficiary. She was pissed. Now, in her mind, she was thinking that everything was taken care of because, and most guys, you all are like this. I got it. I'll take care of it. It's good to go. And so as women, we believe that it's taken care of, especially if you're the one in the home that's your role to make sure that stuff is taken care of. And we don't think to check it. Well, I do. A lot of women don't because, again, that's their partner. They trust that everything is taken care of. Well, she thought he did it. So she couldn't understand why the military would not talk to her. She said, I'm his wife. I'm his wife. I have proof. I have my marriage certificate. She sent the marriage certificate to them, but they couldn't talk to her. You know why? Because the beneficiary on the insurance had the ex-wife's name. The updated power of attorney and the updated will. Now keep in mind the power of attorney was null and void at this point because he passed away. But the will, she was listed as the executor of state. But let me tell you something. When that insurance policy has that beneficiary up there, that is who the insurance provider is going to send that money to. Now, you can go contest it all you want with probate. You can, because you're the spouse. But I can guarantee you 100% of the time, and I know this to be a fact with this situation, that ex-wife got that $400,000, right? That ex-wife received all payments that were still due to her ex-husband. So could you imagine being the wife? Your husband told you that he had everything taken care of, still in the military. He passed away. Now, it was unexpectedly that he passed, the way he passed. She called to get the insurance money to bury him. And they told him that the insurance was for another beneficiary. She didn't get nothing. Now, at that point, she was upset with him, but he's deceased. The lawyer couldn't help her because it wasn't her name up there. Now, her and the ex-wife didn't have any problems, but there was some irreconcilable differences between her and her ex-husband, which is what's the current wife husband. So she kept that animosity and she chose not to give that wife no money. Now, if that was me and I was the ex-wife and my ex-husband left my name on the insurance policy because he failed to update, right? We forget things. Life happens. We forget to update our stuff. The person I am, I would have helped with the burial, of course. I would have helped with put money in a trust for the children, but I wouldn't have given anything to the wife because, again, that wasn't my fault, right? But I would have made sure the funeral was taken care of, and I would have made sure that any of his children had money in a trust if they was under the age of 18. Over the age of 18, we would have had a conversation. Maybe help pay your mortgage off, maybe help, pay for a car or something that you needed. I would have done that. But ask yourself this. I want y'all, people that's listening to me right now, are your insurance policies up to date? When you broke up with your ex, was that the first thing you thought about, was changing all your policies, your paperwork? No. Let's be honest. I didn't change mine initially. I forgot. To be honest with you, I know someone now that still has their deceased mom on their paperwork because they forgot to go take it off. And so if something was to happen to that person right now, guess what's going to happen? They have to go, once they pass, it have to go through the probate for the person. And y'all know probate can take a long time. And so, again, this might be a boring conversation to some of you all. It might not be something where somebody is eating a lot of food and y'all looking at it and laughing. She's smacking with the food, or somebody cursing and saying they're going to beat somebody up, and a whole drama podcast. This topic right here should be the most important thing that you all put on your end of year goals. Get your paperwork in order. Get it in order. Put those names on the bank accounts, whoever you trust, primary and contingent. If something happens to you and your partner, have somebody as a POD that's payable on death, okay? Go get life insurance. If you do not know of anybody with life insurance, or just to have a conversation about what's the purpose of life insurance, because it's more than just burial, send me a message on either one of my pages, Talk Your Talk or Deborah Vines-Epps. I will link you with someone, okay? We're also going to talk about a power of attorney. Find somebody for your power of attorney. If I become incapacitated, I know that my partner is able to speak on my behalf. He know if I want a do not resuscitate or a do not intubate. It's a DNI and a DNR. If I go into a vegetative state, do not keep me on the ventilator for a certain period of time. These are the conversations you all need to have. I can leave out this door. See, the reality to me is when I talk to people, they'll say, "Oh no, I don't want to talk to you because I'm not going to die tomorrow." You know what I say to them? How you know? I don't know right now. I'm talking to you. I can drop dead right now. See, that's a reality. I don't want it to happen, but I don't know what will happen. I don't know if I leave right now. So many people, drunk drivers hitting people head on. The drunk drivers always live. It's the people that's in the cars that don't. You want to make sure you have your stuff in order in the event something happens to you. Okay? Now, my end of year. I'm talking about end of year goals, right? Financial planning. I'm talking to everybody. I don't care what your income is. If you make 13 an hour, 12 an hour, 25 an hour, if you make 30,000 a year, 40,000 a year, 100,000, whatever you make, business owners, entrepreneurs, it doesn't matter. What are your financial goals for 2025? Where do you see yourself now? And where do you want to see yourself within the next 6 months to a year? Y'all have to get these end of year goals together. See, let me tell you one thing about me. I can show you, anybody that knows me, I have like 2-3 calendars, right? I work off my calendars. I had to learn to live life like a zigzag and not like a straight line, because my anxiety would raise if things did not go the way I planned it. If I had my meetings, my Zooms, my walkthroughs, or my appointments with my families, whatever's on my calendar, I am a time hack person. If it went over, my body, my physical immediately responded to my mental. Like, that's how my body works. When I tell you all, my body is a mind, body, spirit, it is. If my spiritual is off, my physical and my mental feel it. If my mental is off, my physical feel it. So I am a person that sets my goals. I told myself, and this is the truth, I found the paper in the garage the other day. When I was in high school, I said that I wanted to retire before I turned 40 years old. I did. Can we say two? I did an early retirement, and then I did my military retirement. And then I have other things that I have set up, right? So I had a goal, I had a plan, I had objectives that led up to that plan, right? That's the part of setting up your end of year goals. Life insurance, check on them, because I have a few. I received a letter the other day. Your insurance has lapsed. No, it didn't say that. Your insurance, I'm going to paraphrase it. It pretty much said that the payment did not come out. I said, I know that's a lie. I know that's a lie. So I called, right? And it said that my insurance was in jeopardy of being, of lapsing. So I called the insurance company. They said, "Oh, we're so sorry. It was a system error." Oh, it was a system error, which means that everybody that was with that insurance company received a letter that their payment did not go through. If you failed to call, then what if your insurance would have lapsed and you never called and it's a system area? Because let me tell you one thing about insurance companies, y'all. And I know this firsthand from being at the funeral home. You pay your insurance on time, you pay your premiums, you got everything good to go, you do what you're supposed to do. Something happened to you? Now it's a few like this. They want to give you the runaround before they pay your money, right? So make sure when you talk to somebody about your insurance policy, make sure you know exactly what needs to happen when something happens to you. And that needs to be written down. So I'm going to show y'all something, okay? I'm going to show you all how tedious I am if something happens to me. Let me share this with you. Just 1 second. Okay. So thank y'all for waiting for me. All right. Now, let me show y'all this. Okay. So let me move this to the side. This is, now I have this book. I like it because one of my financial advisors I had with First Command First. When I was preparing for retirement, looking at my investments and looking at my financial goals for my future, I went with First Command First. Now I'm with you all look up Jennifer Chavis. She's with Edward Jones. She's awesome. She's my financial planner. If anybody, she's our financial planner. If anyone needs information, free consultation, she'll look at your goals and she'll ask you, what do you want? What do you want? For you, your family, your children. So I can, again, inbox me and I give you the information. But right here, I just put everything in here. But it was First Command, right? This was the first financial advisor company I went to. And this is my book right here. So let me show you all this. I wanted to show you all the one that had a table of contents. So where is it at? Okay, y'all. Y'all see this? I have a table of contents that breaks down. What it says is, it was updated December of 2023. Policy information for the Epps family. I have policies are numbered according to the list below in back of binder. I have every account that I have on all these papers. Okay? This is how organized I am. I took an entire weekend to do this. I called every bank, every insurance company. I called every account that I had, whether it was like the IRA, whatever, every account that I had. And I have, for example, one of the policies, Transamerica, whole policy. I have the phone number. I have the policy number. I have who's the beneficiary, who's the primary, who's the contingent, and how much it's worth. That's what you all want to do, okay? We're talking about, there's some grown folk stuff, right? I get it in life. We want to have fun. We want to do things. But let's put our big, I'm not going to say big panties, but let's put our grown folks clothes on and get your stuff right. So something happens to me right now. Oh, Andre he knows where everything is. Like literally, I got everything broken down. Policy paid up, an illness policy, a term policy, a conversion policy, a whole a trust, everything. I have everything together, y'all. I can help. Like I do this for free with people. I'm gonna come to my hometown and I'm going to get a location and have people come in there and I'm going to help set their stuff up for them. Okay. I'm also going to do this down here. We do this at the funeral home here. We do the free power of attorney wills and medical advance directors at presidential funeral services.com. You can send us a message there. But we do this. Y'all, this is some grown folks stuff. Y'all got to get your stuff in order because that lady, that her husband died unexpectedly and she thought that he had his stuff together, and bless his heart, he had a lot of money set aside, but she didn't get it. His ex got it. And she didn't even help pay for the funeral. Like, could you imagine you having all this stuff set up and you forget to change the names on your policies? Like, y'all have to, and it's not just policies, your bank accounts, any of your documents, check your stuff. So, y'all look, this is with the table of, I create a table of contents, right? With the table of contents, this is every insurance policy. Every policy right here, broken down, right? This is everything right here. That's my family. Mine's, Andre's, and the kids, and I even have some family members to the side so I can make sure their stuff's straight. Well, not me having the policy, but I have their stuff so I'll know. But this is everything. I want to show y'all. Andre actually saw this on TikTok shop. It was, again, y'all, this is my binder here. Now it goes in the safe. That's another thing. Get you all a fireproof safe. Get a fireproof safe. Lord forbid something happened to your house burned down. That is the one thing. My medical records, my military records, social security card, birth certificates, everything. Get you all a fireproof safe and put everything in there. There's something else that I have. Let me show this to y'all. Give me just 1 second. Thank y'all again. Okay. Look at this book right here, y'all. Look at it. This is, so I have Andre, his date of birth, Deborah, my date of birth, Ernest the third, and Ezekiel. Table of contents. Guess what? Guess what's in here? Funeral wishes. So number 1 is my funeral and burial wishes. Number 2 is birth certificates for me, Andre, Ezekiel, and Ernest. Originals and copies, because everybody don't need originals. Number 3 is all my passwords. So if something happens to me, look, number 3, right? Look at all my passwords. He has access to all my passwords, right? He would know how to get in my phones. He would know how to get in my laptop. He would know how to get in every account, everything. He should know it anyway, because we can both grab each other's phones and everything and get in everything. But listen, it's right here for him. It's accessible. I'm telling y'all, this is grown folks mature stuff. Like, it's all right to have fun in life. It's all right to have fun in life. It is. But I like to have fun and have my stuff in order too. Because we don't know the time, the day, or nothing, something will happen to us. And people don't like talking about planning, end of life planning. But that should be the one thing we're comfortable with. It doesn't mean that when you have these conversations, something's going to happen to you. It means that you have things in order. So look, these are all my passwords that he has access to, y'all. I took a whole weekend to do this, even though it's a revolving thing, like I always update. Okay, the next thing on the table of contents is marriage certificate. Our marriage certificate is in there. Custody paper between Ernest and Deborah for EJ. Woo, that's a big one. So, my oldest son is by my ex, Ernest. When we broke up, I went down to the courthouse and I requested for us to have joint custody of our child. Again, y'all, I'm having grown folks conversations with y'all. Some people don't know how to have grown folks conversations, but I have grown folks conversations and still play, right? Again, have your stuff in order, okay? It's a lot I can say, but people just do what they want to do, and that's fine. I get on social media, but I don't get up there to gossip and play all the time. I get up there to motivate, to educate, and my businesses and everything. And I said, if I want to play, I can play on Facebook if I want to. But I guarantee one thing, my stuff in order. See this? So let me move on. I just got to say that every once in a while, because these are grown folks conversations that y'all should be having with your loved ones. This is serious. So when me and Ernest broke up, I said, you know what? First thing somebody think, you will put them on child support. Ernest, I'm not playing. I mean, I can have this conversation because this is how we talk now anyway. He thought that he had got served for child support. Like, he was mad. I'm like, no, you do good by your child. Like, I'm not playing. Just because we're not together and we didn't make it, I'm not putting you on child support. Okay, this is custody papers. He was like, oh, so we went to a mediator. Y'all, really, the judge really don't want people to come into their courtroom and hash out their problems. When you do that and start putting a system into your stuff, to each his own, right? Some people you just can't deal with. You have to go to the system. I get it. But we met with the mediator, and guess what? Let me show you this. So again, I showed y'all this at first, right? This me, grown folk stuff, right? This first binder right here has a table of contents that breaks down all the insurance policies, all the accounts. Let me show you. Let me show y'all the grown folk stuff again, okay? Again, the topic is my partner died and the ex got everything, and that's a true story. So because he didn't change his stuff, the ex-wife got everything and the wife didn't get nothing. So guess what? I took a whole weekend to do this. It didn't fall out. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is everything that Andre would have access to when something happens to me. All right? Everything I have down. This is every insurance policy in here. Okay? Every insurance policy, and I have it broken down. So that's the first thing. Have it somewhere where your partner knows, or your mother, your parent, whoever you have is your primary contingent. I keep saying that, y'all. Who's your primary? Who's your contingent? Those same two people are going to be the people that would be on your power of attorney if you choose to, your medical advance directive, and your will. If your children, I want my children to have everything. Good. If they're under the age of 18, make sure you identify who's their trustee. Okay? All right. So let me get back to Ernest. When we did that, I got to put them back in order. But it's okay because I'm going to make sure I do it before I put it back over there. All right. So the second thing was, let me get all of our paperwork together. Custody paper between Ernest and Deborah. Number 5. Look, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me see if it's in there. Let me see. Number 5. All right, y'all. Hold me to it. Did I put it? It's in there. Bam! Custody papers. Order of custody visitation granted to individuals Ernest Jones and Deborah Vines for Ernest Jones III. Guess what? If I was to pass right now, laws are different, and my son is under the age of 18, and somebody want to come in and say, oh, I think I can raise him better than whoever think they can. They can't, because guess what? I got the paperwork from the judge that was stamped and said that his dad is. Get your stuff done. People that are, now if you're married and something happens to you, then it's different by state, but your spouse, if they're the biological father or the legal guardian, then they will of course take guardianship of them. But if you're dating someone and the father is absent, but the person you're dating, you're not married to them, and they're helping take care of that child, and something happens to you, if they were taking care of them while you were living and you trust them, why not put something in place so when you pass, it'll be taken care of by somebody you know? Because guess what? When people die, people see money. You'll be surprised. I'm talking about just simple Social Security check that the child would get to the age 18. Money drives people principles. Money drives people attitudes. Money drives people decisions, whether it's a valid decision or not. Back to that scenario. If you do not find get papers with that person that you're dating who's taking care of that child, because keep in mind, when you pass away, you no longer have no access. And the state, only thing that matters is the death certificate. Okay? Who you think gonna come try to get that child? Grandmama, if the grandparents still living, the brother, the sister, siblings, the aunts, uncles. Oh, I can raise them better. Oh, I can raise them better. And so now the child could possibly go into foster care if the person that's next of kin is not stable. It's a lot of situations out here, you all, where you have single moms. Hats off to y'all. Single dads, single like legal guardians, who if something happens to them, they don't know who they trust to take care of their child, their children, right? So I know for me, this might be something that some of y'all might be saying, oh, that's easy for her because she has family, has support, have a partner and everything. The decision making is still difficult because guess what? Something can happen to me and Andre. We can go and be in a car accident together and something happens to both of us. So I had to put in my trust who I want to be there to take care of Ezekiel and Ernest. Now, of course, Ernest good because if his dad is still living, it's here. But guess what? In my trust, if dad pass away, I pass away, and Andre, which is his stepdad, and EJ is 18 years old, goes to the state, right? So, grown folks conversations. I got my paperwork, right? Now, I have a will, but I'm doing my trust now. I don't know all the details about a will and trust, but I know for me, a trust is much more secure. A will is contestable, meaning that you have something in place, somebody can still go contest and say, well, I'm a child that was there and I'm due money. Well, I was a long-term girlfriend and I helped him buy this car, so you're not getting the car. We're going to court and fight for this car, right? It's little things like that a will is contestable, but a trust is not contestable, right? So I'm doing an irrevocable trust, right? No, a revocable. I'm doing a revocable trust where it can be changed. All right, number 6, y'all. What's number 6? A will. My will is in there. And number 7, Social Security and birth certificates. I meant, yeah, Social Security cards and birth certificates for everybody. Here it is. I got it all right here. Look, y'all. I got 10 more minutes. I can go longer if I want to, but I'm not. Listen, this topic is always near and dear to me. It's boring for a lot of you all because, and I'm not just assuming that, it's the truth. For one, again, people don't want to talk about it. People don't want to talk about it. And it's just not about death. It's about just having your stuff in order. Y'all, it's important. Like, you'll be surprised what people fuss and fight about when you're incapacitated. Oh, no, I'm going to use me. I'm incapacitated. I'm on a ventilator, right? No, how can I say this? How can I say this? Because I've actually seen this happen, right? My spirit and religion is strong and I believe in prayer, right? But, and there's no but it can be 5 family members or siblings and 3 of them say, you're not pulling that plug. Now, keep in mind, there's no spouse. So it technically goes to the oldest sibling. But who wants to make that decision and then something happens? But if you have a medical advance directive in place that says this, and this, then that's what it is. Okay? Look, y'all, you have access to me, right? Meaning that you can inbox me on Talk Your Talk or Deborah Vines-Epps. If you have any questions, I am a resource book. I was at the VA for some years. I formed relationships there, been in the military, been, with the businesses that I have, surrounded around resourceful people, surrounded around like-minded people like me, right? Like, I have people that that's one thing that really changed me in my life too. I've always been a go-getter for sure, but being around people who look further than what was in front of them. So if you put your hand in front of your face, right? If you do it right now, it's kind of blurry. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't really see anything on this 5 fingers, but I only see like 2. But the moment you take your hand out, wow, adjust it. I see it much clearer now, right? A lot of people live life like this. because they're afraid to live life like this. Because look at the space of opportunity right here. It's no space, right? It's like it's just that. But the moment you create that space of opportunity, it allows space for distractions. It allows space for mistakes. It allows space for people to get in, become a part of that space and knock you off your goals, right? Knock you off the things that you want to do because of distraction. But those are the most precious moments because the growth that I have now came from a lot of those uncomfortable situations. Look, I have a speaking engagement, right? That I am preparing to um speak at. I posted on my Facebook page. Look, it's a women empowerment. I'm all for women, men, everything, but I'm telling you, this women empowerment is huge. We are doing great things. We're doing big things. We are, education wise, business wise, being that, that wife, being that mom, exploring new opportunities. Let me tell you. Let me go to it. Where is it at? Okay. It is, go to my page on Deborah Vines-Epps and Talk Your Talk. It is March the 8th at 10 a.m. in Cary, North Carolina. It's Flourish the Experience. Ebony Harrell is the host. Look, I've heard nothing but great things about her, and I've actually looked at some of the things that she did before with this event. And it's kind of hard. I mean, I do events. When you continue to do events back to back, that's a good thing. That means that it's working. It's working and it's growing. So Ebony Harris, shout out to you for continuing to do this thing, building a great team, and making sure you all stay focused with women empowerment because Flourish the Experience is a great name. And the honor of you all choosing me to be a part of it, I am going to let the people know, turning my pain into purpose and being okay with uncomfortable situations. Because one thing for sure is, and two for certain, people don't like to be uncomfortable. See, I know God put me in uncomfortable situations to make situations comfortable for other people. So if I have to be that sacrifice, Lord, I be that sacrifice, okay? But in the midst of the sacrifice, the blessings that continue to rain upon me, my family, and my life and my mental. Lord, I thank you because the sanity within it all, you have to be safe. You have to keep the sanity because it's a lot. Don't get me wrong, it's not easy. But when I tell you, when you put your mind to it, you can do it. So March the 8th at 10 o'clock, Flourish the Experience. It's going to be myself. Let me click on this. Tracy Mack. Can't wait to meet you, Tracy. Christina Meal, I think I'm saying it right. Meal a mile, whatever it is. I know when I meet you. Can't wait to meet you. I know Dion Blakeney Core. I can't leave the core out. She's a part of this awesome event too. She's their marketing person. So look, y'all need somebody for marketing. Again, end of year goals. Ask Dion, right? It's end of year goals. Get y'all, look, everybody has a purpose. Everybody has a purpose. If you have a fixed mindset, because you're uncomfortable with change, because you're uncomfortable of making mistakes or failing in something, then you're going to be stagnant. I want to have the option to be stagnant. See, I can be stagnant if I want to right now because I've explored, I've experienced, I've sacrificed to be able to have options. Do you have options? I'm asking, do you have options? If you have options, do you want greater options? Right? Like, so let's focus on these end of year goals. Let's focus on these end of year goals for real. I keep getting distracted because I'm so excited about this speaking engagement, y'all. It's not the first one I had, but this one right here, and all these women that's come, it's gonna be some men there too. They get some information from us too, which is very valuable, right? So it's get equipped, engage, and energize. Mine will be getting equipped. I always talk about a toolkit. So y'all get ready to learn about the tools I have for y'all to be equipped. So you come enjoy brunch, vendors, live entertainment, and more. For tickets, sponsors, vendor information, I will have the information on my page, Talk Your Talk and Deborah Vines-Epps. Okay. Look, we have to feed ourselves. You got to invest in you. I know this one person, she talks about it a lot. Oh, I'm gonna keep calling. She talks about it a lot. She always feed herself. Now she's very successful, but in order to remain successful, you want to keep growing your professional development. Like you want to, the way a lot of you all invest in staying on social media all day, the way y'all invest in being in other people's business, the way you all invest in trying to figure out what somebody else doing, the way you're investing in trying to keep up with somebody else, the way you're investing in doing things that really is not your business, you're losing that valuable time to focus on things that can grow you. All right. So let's say end of year goals. This topic was about getting your stuff in order. Right. I didn't have no agenda tonight. I really, I called one of my team players, and I was really about to tell my team, look, I don't feel like coming on again tonight. Like I'm really not in that headspace. I'm gonna be honest with you all. Losing my really close friend, like it's been a month. I can't even believe it's been a month. Really did something to me. It really did, to the point where, see, I compartmentalize things and I deal with death differently. I don't sit in it, but I had to sit in this one and it did not feel good. Like if I could have just laid around, like, I would have. I took some time, but I had to get back up because I would have like sunken for real. I really, 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 really felt this one. So I really didn't want to do any podcast this month, none. And so tonight I was going to have a guest because the topic was pretty much having them share their story about when their partner died, the life insurance was still to the ex-wife. And really, that ex-wife didn't give that wife anything. And I'm not laughing because of the situation. I'm laughing because it's real. So if y'all don't get your stuff in order, I'm gonna recap right quick. Two people, primary contingent. Find two people. Where are these balloons coming from? Somebody's birthday or something? I tell you what, this is crazy. I don't know where them balloons coming from. Cause that's a real Christmas tree. Well, not a real tree, but it's like a actual tree behind me. Right? Y'all like it? I did it. I did the tree. So Quita helped too. So all right, back to this. Primary contingent, life insurance, will, power of attorney, right? Health. I ordered this off of, you do TikTok shop or Amazon. Just an organizer. It has funeral and business wishes, both birth certificates for the entire family in here, all my passwords, marriage certificate, custody paper between Ernest and Deborah, my will, and my social security cards, right? You can put pictures in here. You can put health stats and prescriptions in here. These are what these are for, all right? And you just put them to the bottom. Like I put funeral and burial wishes here. I put birth certificate here. Passwords and alarm codes. Custody papers. Will and living will. Social security card, right? This, something happens to me, Andre has access to this. Y'all get it. Get you an organizer. Get it. End of year goals. Order it now. Okay. You can go on Amazon and you can order organizer for let me hold on. Organizer for a planning organizer for burial, pre-burial. Okay. I'm actually gonna come back and put that link on my page for y'all where y'all can go order it. And right here, yeah, at one point in time, I think it was more or less, and I'll share this with y'all, I don't mind. I have chronic PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, from serving in the military. And it's not just from the military. I really think I did experience trauma growing up but joining the military really, worsened that. And so because of that, I was getting insurance popped. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Something gonna happen to me. I was always hyper vigilant about everything. So I do have a lot of policy to the point where my financial planner, my current financial planner, she said pretty much was like, Deborah, it kind of doesn't make any sense. You already have policies and good policies. Don't keep getting policies. Just invest. And so of course, that's what I do. So again, this, look at it. Table of contents. Every insurance policy that we have in the house. And I took a day. It may not take y'all a day, but I took a day to write every insurance policy out, the amount, the name, the number, how much, who's a primary and who's a contingent. If you get a lump sum payment, if you get payment over a period of time, I did it. Okay? All right. You don't have to be as extreme as me, and I wouldn't even say I'm extreme. I'm just very particular because I don't want him to see y'all. People call me extra, right? And I'm extra for a reason. I'm extra so everybody don't have to be extra in the house. So when I'm gone, I want all my extra stuff to be extra in here so they don't have to be as extra to think about where this is or what they need to do. So whatever your extra is, make it extra and think like, when I'm dead and gone, what would be the questions that they ask? Everything is in here, y'all. So look, y'all. I'm glad y'all came with me today here on Talk Your Talk. Again, this was the plan was to bring my guest on. I was going to cancel again because mentally I'm really not in a, I know I'm smiling and laughing, but underneath all of this, I'm still hurting with my close friend passing away. And I just didn't want to show, happiness. I am happy, but I really just wanted to sit in it and not be up here in front of everybody. But my spirit said, no, people need to hear it. People need to hear it. So, y'all working at the funeral home, I see a lot of stuff. And again, I'm not against GoFundMe's. I'm not against however y'all choose to pay for funerals. But let me tell you one thing before I end this. You have a birth certificate when you're born, and you're going to have a death certificate. It's two things that we know is that you come and you're going to leave. If you know for sure that you're going to leave, then why not get your stuff in order? If you don't know where to start, you have any questions, inbox me on my personal page, Deborah Vines-Epps, or my podcast, Talk Your Talk. Or you can go to presidentialfuneralservices.com. You can click on services and contact us. You will see where you can put your name in. That doesn't mean that you're trying to arrange a funeral, okay? All funeral homes does not mean that it's just burial when you pass away. We have pre-burial services. Pre-burial, get your stuff in order. It's nothing like going into that moment and knowing that that person who passed away had everything in order. All you do is show up and sign. Look, I just had a grown folks conversation with y'all for the past 59 minutes and 28 seconds. Are you going to be a grown up for 2025? Or you going to keep playing with these games? See, my kids play games. Xbox, PS5. I play grown folks. So we had a grown folks conversation tonight. Thank y'all for tuning in with your girl. I'm about to go get ready to eat me some soul food. And I am going to get ready for tomorrow. I'm going to look at my calendar and see what I have. Again, that's preparation. I'm preparing for my next day. I already know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to prepare, close things out today that I did all day, close it out tonight. I'll go back and look at my my checklist and make sure I did everything. If I didn't do everything today, that's going to the next list for tomorrow, right? But by the end of this weekend, everything that I needed to do this week and the first part of next week will be done, right? You got to have a plan. You got to. And you can still live life and have a good time. This is your girl, Deborah Vines-Epps with Talk Your Talk, where I come to you on Thursdays, whether it's about information, whether it's about um, um, educational stuff, whether it's about life experience, whether it's about just being you and being yourself. Whatever it is, I'm there. Thank you all for tuning in. You all, hopefully, you all got something from this. Hopefully, this makes sense to you all, and you will not just click and not listen. I'm available. You have options. Take advantage of them. You all have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I'll see you next time.